Our game is Breath of Fire. These are our group name. I'm Kevin Rossi.
Leland?
Chris?
And Rick.
Basically, our game is a RTS strategy game. It's going to be dragons versus barbarians. The basic concept of the map will be control points, where you take over a certain section of the map, which will give you a certain resource, and the whole object is pretty much to take over the territory to gain resources and eventually defeat your opponent. You can win two different ways, by pretty much just destroying everything of your enemies, or you can control most of the map. There'll be a little ticker system where if you start to gain more of the majority, your opponent's ticker will go down slowly depending on how much of the map you own. So if you can't destroy everyone, you can win by just pretty much holding the majority of the map for a certain amount of time. And this is just a picture of what a map probably would look like here, the control points and territories. And you pretty much see there'll be like a base here, a base there, and you pretty much just go out, try and gain your territories. We'll implement this on PC, probably on the Unity engine. Target audience, pretty much anybody who's an RTS fan or a strategy fan in general, or if anyone likes dragons or barbarians, which I don't know if anyone does. The way that the two different sides will differ will be by the units. Dragons will be like single units. A queen will be the base. And you'll start off with like little whelps, which pretty much just do nothing. They're very basic, very low, health and attack. And you can upgrade them into drakes, which are middle line, and then eventually elemental dragons, which are the strongest. And you can decide on what element will have like fire, ice, electricity, and a couple other ones. Barbarians are going to be squad based. You can upgrade them with axes, bows, nets. We'll also have different other units like mages and mammoths for variety and tactics and stuff. The AI that we're going to implement will be mainly command hierarchy. We'll have a higher, AI, which will try to find out how you're going to win the game, and then lower AIs that will figure out how to do like the basic stuff, like we got to capture this thing now, move the units here, move it there. Terrain analysis, and then flocking formations for flockings for the dragons and formations for barbarians and how they move, accordance and everything like that. That's it. Any questions? Yes.
By talking about control points, it seems sort of akin to Hill and Monopoly. Is there anything any more effect on the game than just like you win by how much you control, or is there like a monetary resource effect by owning control points?
Yeah, it's a resource ticker. So depending on which points you control, it takes certain resources which you use to spend on your units or upgrade your units and things like that. So if anybody's played like Company Heroes, or it has like the same sort of resource mechanic where depending on which territory you control, you get resources from that territory. And so it takes place from you, no longer take those resources, but it doesn't take away from you.
As far as win conditions go, would they be mutually exclusive? Like you have to choose this like elimination, that's the victory condition, that's how I'm going to win when you start the game, or would you be able to do either or? Like you said, the AI might have to figure out how you're going to win, so is that implying that you're going to include both types at the same time, or maybe have to win either way? Like in just one game?
Yeah, but both.
Does that make sense?
In the same.
Okay. So, and would you actually have to have a unit like harness the resources, or is it simply controlling the cookie
Just
size?
control.
Yeah, you'd have to have a unit to capture it for a certain time, and once you captured it, it doesn't have to be there anymore unless you want to defend it.
Right, and do you just build units, or do you build structures as well?
There's pretty much just units. There's going to be some structures already built, like pre-built, that you can, that those are used for like upgrading your units, but there's no like actual like
Okay.
building those buildings.
Would you be able to play as both factions?
Yes.
How do the characters upgrade?
Depends on which side you're on.
Pardon?
Depends on which side you're on. So the dragons are sort of like an evolutionary base where you start out with the whelp, and from the whelp you can evolve down the progress, like it's like a progression sort of thing. So the whelp turns into something else, and then it turns into one of the like.
Yeah, what leads to the progression?
It's resource spending. So
The resources?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I might have actually forgot to mention, we'll have primarily 2 resources. Food and another one, which I don't know if we've come up with a name for it yet. But oh yeah, it'll be primarily 2 resources.
I'm sorry if I missed this, but is it human versus human, or are you playing against a different?
Barbarians versus dragons.
Yeah, but I mean, like, are you playing
Multiplayer? It'll probably just be 1 human and a computer. Maybe, I don't know if we can implement, we haven't really good thought about that, but we probably could implement human versus human.
Okay, any others? Okay, let's thank them.